So this week we are going with the worst mistake in Dragon Ball.
Indeed. And since you won, you get to go first.
Yeah, so it's in any of the Dragon Balls. Doesn't have to necessarily be the biggest or anything like that. Just worst mistake.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm going with one that's always stuck with me because it might not be necessarily the most world-ending mistake, but it's just one that's always stuck with me where I just thought, God's sake, why did that happen? And of course, it comes from the only person that it could possibly come from, the Prince of All Saiyans.
Okay.
And it
All right.
is him letting semi-perfect Cell turn in the perfect Cell because he wanted a proper fight.
Yeah.
It's not the most world-ending, obviously. There's probably bigger mistakes in the grand scheme of things, but when you think of a dumb, bad mistake, that has to be one. That is
Yeah,
a stupid mistake.
it is.
Just because he wanted a fight.
Yeah.
And if that hadn't been for Gohan, that was a world ender.
Yeah.
And that was it, and everybody was dead. That mistake led to the death of his own son as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Yeah. Because basically, for the grand scheme of things, if he hadn't have done that, Trunks would have ended up dying. So his own hubris ended up getting his own son killed in the end. Yeah. All he wanted was a fight. He ends up getting absolutely battered around for it. He ends up, and it even gets to the point where he ends up apologizing. When do you see Vegeta apologizing?
It's true.
That's how bad a mistake it was.
Yeah.
He basically dooms the entire world,
Yeah.
and purely for his own fight. And I just don't think that you can make such a bad mistake and not.
Yeah. He
I've
was.
always stuck. It's always stuck with me. Is just because, and it's the fact that it was intentional.
Yeah. It
That's
was.
why it sticks with me. Like, people can mess up and do something accidentally in Dragon Ball and everything like that. And there's obviously been loads of little mistakes, but it's the fact that it's Vegeta and he did it so intentionally, and and the fact that he had Trunks screaming at him the entire time,
And just
not to
wasn't
do it.
listening.
Yeah, just trying to talk him out of it,
Yeah.
and it just didn't work. And I just everything about the entire scene is just you just watch it and you're just thinking, this isn't happening, is it? This isn't
Yeah.
actually and then you realize it's Vegeta. It really is happening.
It's a good thing that Goku trained Gohan, because if he didn't, then they wouldn't have defeated Cell. Let's face it. Gohan
Yeah.
wouldn't have been powerful enough, and Cell would have won. And they didn't know how strong Cell was going to be after absorbing 18 either. They just thought, we could probably take him, right?
Yeah. It's how baited Vegeta got as well.
Yeah.
Like how utterly baited that Cell just was just like, do you want a real fight? Do you want a really real fight? Like like Cell was done. He was beaten. He was defeated. It was over.
Yeah. Like,
And
imagine if Cell, after he absorbed 18, was as powerful as Boo, for example. They wouldn't have won.
nah.
Straight up, they just wouldn't have won.
And
So
it's
stupid.
absolutely insane. It's just like it was done. The entire arc was over. There was nothing more. Like, you didn't need Goku and Gohan. They were still. I think they were still in the hyperbolic time chamber. I think.
Yeah.
Or they were just about to come out,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't have even needed them. Like, when can you say that in Dragon Ball that you wouldn't have needed the two titular characters?
Yeah. Trunks and Vegeta would have been able to kill Imperfect Cell.
Yeah,
But,
like semi-perfect that, and
yeah.
it's just like, and he got 100% baited because of how cocky he is.
Yeah.
And he lets him absorb him, and he dooms the entire planet, basically.
Mhm.
And if it wasn't for Gohan, who barely manages to transform in time to become Super Saiyan 2,
Mm.
and he nearly messes it up as well.
Yeah, because he
um,
didn't want to fight.
Then Cell obviously comes back and he ends up killing Trunks.
Yeah.
And basically Vegeta has no, and he then attacks Cell in his anger. Well, it's like none of this would have happened if you just killed him.
Yeah.
This is 100% nobody's fault but yours.
Mm.
Every death here that's happened afterwards is your fault.
It's true. It is. And yeah, it is one of the biggest mistakes in Dragon Ball.
And I've never got over that mistake, like because of how purely intentional it is,
Yeah.
and the fact that he apologized for it. To hear Vegeta apologize is why it always stuck with me as well.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things where he was like genuinely sorry.
Yeah. That's pretty huge. Yeah.
It
And
just stands out.
yeah. And I guess we were talking just before this segment about choice. Well, we didn't say what our choices were, but we were talking, and I was saying I had two, and one followed the other. But yeah, my main choice was going to be Vegeta letting Cell absorb 18.
No way.
Yeah, that was going to be my pick. And I was debating between two because I said one followed the other, and my other choice was going to be Krillin not destroying 18. Because if he just pressed that button, 18 would have exploded and Cell couldn't absorb it. And I was thinking in my head, which mistake is worse? If Krillin did his part, then Vegeta couldn't have let Cell absorb 18. Yeah. So which one was the worst mistake? And I was thinking, they're both pretty equal, but Vegeta's is probably worse. Because he got cocky and thought, I'm doing this for a fight. Krillin did it because he's seen an innocent woman, kind of, who, yes, he did fancy her and just wanted to be with her. Also, he's seen her as an innocent woman and thought she doesn't deserve to die, sort of thing. So he's kind of trying to protect her in his own way. But both options were stupid. But I am not choosing that as my pick.
No.
Surprisingly, no. I have another option, which I am going to go with instead.
You're not changing at the last second recently.
Yeah, because again, I thought of this as you were talking about Vegeta because I thought, damn, you've chose my pick. Do I really want to go with Krillin? So as you were speaking, I was trying to think of other things, and I have gone. So my pick is going to be Goku. Goku thinking he's so strong that he's going to have a tournament with every universe, where every other universe is going to be wiped out of existence. That is the biggest mistake in Dragon Ball. Goku is the villain of every single other universe just because he wanted to have a fight. That is the biggest mistake.
I thought about going for that one. That was in my head. My only reason for not going with it, because it is a bad one, I'm not going to lie. It's a very bad one.
Yeah.
I think the only reason I didn't go with it is because I know Zeno did have the idea he kind of wanted to do it in the first place.
Yeah, but he was spurred on by Goku, though.
Yeah, I think it's more than I think Goku reminded him.
Yeah,
that's why it's his mistake.
Yeah, it's 100% Goku's mistake.
Sure.
Whereas Vegeta put Earth in danger, which he obviously did. Yeah. Goku put the entire universe, and not only his universe, but 7 other universes in danger just because he wanted to have a fight. Yeah. And yeah, he is the villain of the Tournament of Power arc, even though he is the main hero of the show. He is the villain.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's a bad mistake, and I think I 100% agree. Like, it is I would say
It's the mistake
him
with the
reminding,
biggest consequences.
yeah, him reminding. I know he doesn't realize he's reminding him. He just wants to have the tournament to have a big fight.
Hmm.
And I mean, I think all Goku wanted was a big fight.
Yeah.
So I think in his eyes, his mistake was an accident.
Yeah.
Um, and all he wanted was just a big fight.
Hmm.
And obviously, what he reminded Zeno to do was to wipe out lots of universes.
Yeah.
Silly boy. Um, so, so Goku's definitely the villain, and he's made a big mistake. So it is it's a cosmic mistake.
Yeah.
And I think the reason I didn't go with that is because of the fact that Vegeta's is an intentional mistake.
Hmm.
And I think that's why I didn't go with Goku's, because even his was an accident. His was almost innocent
Yeah.
to a degree, because he didn't want to do what he accidentally ended up doing.
Hmm.
But yeah, like definitely on the scale of what ended up happening. God damn it, Goku.
It was a dumb moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Because, like,
Misguided Goku again.
I guess the payoff of Vegeta's mistake is that Trunks did die temporarily.
That's definitely a payoff for me.
Oh, yeah, but I guess Cell was still defeated. Everyone does come back to life. Things move on, kind of consequence free, sort of.
Mhm.
The consequence of Goku's mistake with the tournaments, again, everyone comes back to life. Everyone is fine. But that was because of Android 17 making the wish. If anyone else made the wish on a team, who knows? Would Goku have really thought, you know what, let's bring back all the universes? Or would he have just done, maybe thought, well, I know Champa, and I know people from his universe, so, can we get that universe back at least? Would he really wish for everyone? Or would, Frieza, if it was up to Frieza, since he was still alive at the end, if Frieza had the wish, would he have done that? Definitely not, let's face it.
Well, Vegeta would have just wished back universe six.
Yeah.
Yes, six. Because he promised that that's what he would have done.
Yeah.
So we know for a fact that only six would have come back had it been that.
Yeah.
So we know for a fact that at least one person wouldn't have wished back everybody.
Mm.
Goku might have.
Yeah. We know for a fact Frieza wouldn't have, let's face it.
Yeah, he would have just probably wished to come back. Well, no, he wouldn't have wished to come back himself because he had the promise from Goku to come back regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So,
not really sure what he would have wished for.
Yeah,
maybe to be 5 centimeters taller.
Yeah,
finally. But
maybe 10 since it's the Super Dragon Balls.
Yeah. Or was Goku that sure that their universe had to win to bring back every other universe that he didn't think anyone from any other universe would have made the same wish? Like, let's face it, if Jiren had won, would Jiren have wished back every other universe? Like, they are Pride Troopers. Their entire thing is doing the right thing. That is what they are. But would he have made that wish to bring back every other universe? Would anyone on any other universe have made that wish? Like, why does it have to be our guys, the main cast? Just because we know them, so all of a sudden they need to be the saviors? Any other universe could have made the same wish, but we aren't sure if they would have or not.
I'm trying to think if there are any good guys who would have been of the mindset to wish everybody back.
Kaba potentially.
Maybe Toph?
I don't know. Maybe. He is a god of destruction, after all. Would he really wish for something to be back?
Yeah, but
yes, he is also a Pride Trooper and he wants the right thing, but he is transitioning into a god of destruction that destroys things. And since the universes have just been destroyed, would he have brought them back?
Maybe. But I mean, once he's reverted back, he was only going all crazy cuckoo when he was using the Hakai.
Yeah.
As soon as he went back, he was all chill again.
Kind of, yeah. I think it's arguable that Kaba would have brought them back because he made that promise with Vegeta and he would have thought, you know what, I kind of want to see Vegeta again, so there's a chance he would have at least brought, Universe
No,
7 back.
he promised he'd bring back 7,
Yeah.
Universe 7, so he at least would have done 7.
Yeah, but I don't know if there's anyone on any other universe that would have made the same wish that 17 did. So that is it. But the main consequence of Goku's wish, anyway, is the fact that Frieza is back alive and he is there to wreak havoc at any moment. And also, Universe 7 as enemies from every other universe. Whether they're fine with the fact they were brought back to life or not, they still know this is Goku's fault anyway, and we were all put in danger because of him. Do we just forgive him because someone else decided to wish us all back? Like, Goku has made enemies with every single universe, and Frieza's back alive.
Weirdly enough, I think the only universe that don't dislike him now is 11. Is that Jiren's?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Top hates Frieza and all that, and Vegeta, but Jiren doesn't hate Goku.
No, he doesn't. But also,
but top and that top hates Frieza and Vegeta and that.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But yeah, Goku's made enemies with everyone, pretty much.
Yeah, and Android 18 and Reborn do not get on.
No. Yeah.
So yeah, it's not necessarily just Goku. Like basically, every universe has made enemies in general.
Yeah.
Roshi's now considered a perv in other
multiple universes.
Yeah.
But also, that is because of Goku, because he made them all fight. If it wasn't for Goku forcing a tournament, they wouldn't have even met each other, so there wouldn't have been any problems. So it is still all down to Goku at the end of the day. He has made enemies, and the big thing is Frieza being back to life, because they don't need to visit these other universes, let's face it. And, but Frieza is part of Universe 7. He is alive now because of Goku's mistake. So that is a big consequence. Massive consequence, which we haven't seen the full outcome of yet.
It's true.
Yeah. But I guess for the Hall of Fame segment, those are the two choices anyway. We have been going on a little bit. Yep. So yeah, two big choices, honestly. Is the worst mistake Vegeta letting Cell absorb 18, or is it Goku putting every single universe at risk? What is the biggest mistake? You can let us know by voting. There is social media links down below in the description. Go check them out, go vote in the polls, and we will find out next week who enters the Hall of Fame. But for now, let's move on to the hot take.